One thing that I have been thinking about lately is the concept of silliness and being just in general unserious. Okay. I think that, like, life, for one, is way more fun when we're way less serious. And honestly, I do think that low key it raises our vibration, okay? And I know it's like funny to say that because um but it does. It really does. It causes less stress. It's makes life more fun. And I've just been thinking about that a lot lately. Right now I'm working a customer service job. And if you know, you know, and you have to find the good parts to it. You just have to so that you can survive it. And one thing that I tend to focus on is just finding the silliness of the day. Um and honestly, not even, it doesn't always have to be silly. Also just like being chill and laid back. Like, I'm getting minimum wage right now, babes. I'm not going to be running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Um when I'm getting paid minimum wage, and that's just not going to happen, babe. um Anyways, sorry, but I have been thinking about this concept as well a lot, about type A and type B personalities. And I see a lot of Instagram reels of people doing like um POV, you're hanging out with your type B friend, and they're like, like out on vacation and stuff, and um having a grand old time. And like your type A friend is like, "Oh, did you bring your wallet? Or like, did you bring your ID?" And they're at the airport. They're like, "Oh," like the type B friend is like, "Wait, I forgot it in the Uber. Like, I forgot my wallet in the Uber. That's fine." And they just go on their merry way. And somehow everything always works out for them. Like, their wallet turns up and everything just turns out perfectly fine. And I know that these videos are satire, and situations like that doesn't really happen. I At least I don't think so. Nothing that extreme. I think if someone lost their wallet, they'd be a little bit like, "Okay, let's problem solve," instead of, "Okay, let's go to the beach right now." Anyways, but it honestly, like, really, it inspires me to just be way more laid back about everything in my life. Um because it just causes way less stress. Who wants to be stressed? I don't want to be stressed, babes. I don't. And like, having a type B personality is one of the ways to not be stressed all the time. I literally have always been type A. Um and if I'm being honest, all it's gotten me is like potential stomach ulcers, because I'm always stressing about things that quite literally don't matter anymore. Like stressing about a grade, or stressing about what people are thinking about me, or like what's going to happen with this and that, and how am I going to do this and that. It's like, no, I like people who are so easygoing and laid back and silly during their days and just like in their entire life. Yeah, people see them as irresponsible, or like maybe they see them as just like, I don't know how people might see them. But to me that's something that I really admire. Um so I looked up some of the personality traits of a type B person. Type B is the personality type that I would like to what's the word? Become. Like, that's the type of person I want to be, is a type B person. And um Google says that type B personalities are known for being easygoing, relaxed, and highly adaptable. They're relaxed and patient. They're creative thinkers. They're low stress. And like even during times of stress, they maintain a cool, level head during those times. And I'm like, okay, I can learn a lot from a type B person, even just these personality traits alone. Like I need I need to be this. And like they're also non-competitive and empathetic and warm. And like I feel like parts of it, sure I am, but I'm mostly type A and it's not fun. It's just not fun. And so I think I made a note of like some examples of where like I want to be more silly and potentially where you can be more silly in your life. Because honestly, like I'm so done with being so serious about everything. And also, it always just makes the day go by faster and like have way more fun when I'm just chilling. When I'm just straight chilling. And like part of that is because I'm thinking good feeling thoughts, and having like good feeling thoughts throughout the day makes the day better and like flow a lot easier. And yeah. So here's a few examples. Let's get into it. So, one example that I thought of that honestly I have been implementing a lot into my life is, say that you work a customer service job. It doesn't even have to be customer service. Literally anything where you're dealing with other people, um, and you're kind of in an environment where you have to be kind of, I guess, on your toes a little bit. I have found that honestly, going a little bit slower while at work has helped me a lot. And you're like, okay, that's not really being silly. It's like you're moving slower. But like it helps me feel at ease, Like I just feel chill and less stressed and like just more easygoing in general. And what I mean by going slower is like move at a normal human pace. Like, okay, I'm not gonna run and grab a pastry and move really, really fast and where I'm like ripping the bag a little bit because it's like trying to shove the pastry into the bag, for example, because I'm moving so freaking fast. Or like going so fast at the espresso machine. I'm just talking about like, because I'm a barista, so I'm talking about using these examples. But, and like trying to make your latte as fast as possible, and like you're standing there hovering over, staring at me and stuff, and I'm trying to move as fast as possible. No, literally no. And I don't know if I should say this, but maybe I shouldn't, but I think, well, whatever, I'll say it. It's fine. Um, I don't think that I'm meant for these types of jobs where you have to move so fast. Literally, I think it was like my second day of work, and my boss was like, "You need to be moving way faster than that." And I was like, "Girl, I'm moving at a human pace. Like this is." So, anyways, all to say, I think that we should just, and see, that's another thing, patience. We should be a little bit more patient. Type B people are more patient, and not saying everyone should be a type B person, okay? But I'm just saying that like we should have more patience while like we're at a coffee shop or like a restaurant. And also as a worker, I feel like we should just be a little bit more chill. We live on a floating rock, babe. Like we live on a floating rock. I don't know if you realize that. I understand that there's a lot of societal expectations to do a lot of certain things, and we're kind of like conditioned to just kind of follow along and do a lot of stuff. Um, but I don't know. Is it really worth it? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Um, yeah, take care of your, like, just take care of yourself. Anyways, okay, sorry, that's another tangent. So another example that I thought of was just being your weird, silly, authentic self. This is something that I've honestly been practicing a lot because it's one of my goals to just be more myself around everyone, no matter who they are. Like, just being, I'm weird, okay? Just being my weird self, saying the things that I like to say, like saying um, like nar instead of no. Like things like that, you know what I mean? Where I'm like, this is the stuff, it makes me laugh and I want to say it. And just being myself and doing it. Like, for example, today at work, I was talking to my coworker. She's also my best friend, so it doesn't like, I don't know. It's not like only a coworker relationship. She's also my best friend, so she kind of knows that I'm really weird. And but there's some things where I kind of like keep to myself when it comes to my weirdness, and like do in the presence of myself, because I'm like, okay, this is a little bit too weird for other people to witness that I do this. But today I did something. I did like a funny face or something, and like made a really weird noise. And I was like, oh my god, I've never done that in front of someone else before. And I just started laughing. We both started laughing really hard, and I was like, this is fun, this is silly. And like, okay, it might be a stupid example, but I'm just saying that it makes the day so much better when you're freaking just being yourself and not trying to be like, I don't know, okay? I don't know. This is just what I wrote down. Okay. Thinking of situations as really not that big of a deal. Okay, so this is different if maybe you work in an emergency room. In that case, every deal is a big deal there, of course. But when I'm talking about, oh my god, you made my latte in a 12-ounce cup instead of an 8-ounce cup, and like, how could you? These types of situations are situations that are absolutely no big freaking deal. Like, I know it's easy in the moment to just be like, okay, this is annoying as hell. Like, why are you getting all bent out of shape over a 12-ounce? Like, you're getting more coffee, babe, that you even paid for. So like, just freaking deal with it. Anyways, see me getting annoyed right now. So I just think that like something that's been helping me is just seeing situations literally as no big deal. It's nothing to get all worked up about. And like, also, like, I think about it as like, it's kind of what they want. Like, the customer in a way is kind of like they're baiting you, essentially. They're like, yeah, let's get this barista fired up so I can leave a bad review and get them fired or something. I don't know. I just think, like, I don't care, okay? I don't care. Like, nothing is that big of a deal. Literally, what I want to be focusing on are my dreams and goals, and putting my mental energy towards those instead of like putting it a lot into a job that's just there to make money. You know what I mean? Like, okay, the customers, whatever, just think of them as like passing clouds. Like, they're coming through. Some are stormy, some are sunshine, some are just like partly cloudy. But whatever. Just be like, okay, whatever. Literally just treat it as a game. Like, you're a sim, and or maybe not a sim. I don't know. You're in like a Sims world, and you're just kind of like, whatever. Or no, you're in like a barista, like, those games where you make coffees and lattes and stuff. I played that game a lot before I like became a barista, so I can learn how to be a barista. But like with those jobs, it was just always like, who cares? Sorry. Okay. Anyways, let's move on from this, because clearly I don't even really know what I'm talking about right now. But Yeah. So laugh at things that would like make other people mad. Don't like laugh in people's face, obviously, but just kind of be like, oh my God, so funny. For example, this isn't related to work, but the other day I went out on a nice little stroll in my beautiful neighborhood, and I was crossing the street, and this random man started approaching me. He was like, "Hey, hey, hey, you." And me personally, I don't want to talk to grown men really at all. Unless they're like nice and, polite and stuff. And I pretty much only talk to men if they're cute. Okay, like, and if they're around my age. Anyways, so yeah, he started approaching me, so I'm like, I'm just gonna ignore him. And so that's what I started doing. He started kind of coming up even closer and trying to get in front of me. Still trying to get my attention, and I was just like, looking straight ahead. Trying to look tough, like I can take him, which I can. Like, I can absolutely take him. I had my pepper spray and everything. But and so I just started crossing the street because he just started blocking my path where I was walking. And he was like, "F you, you bitch." And like in that moment, I could have been like, "What did you just say to me?" Or like gotten really mad, which I kind of did. I kind of like just glared at him. I like just glared at him. Anyways, but like the second he said that, I honestly laughed. And then I got kind of like mad and I glared at him. But like in that moment, I kind of laughed because I'm like, this is so funny. Like, it doesn't feel real because it's like, you're a dude like trying to approach a young girl for probably some weird reason, and like she just crossed the street. Like, what are you gonna do about it? Like, I don't know. Okay, sorry. No, I just think in the moment it was a laughing matter for me because I was like, this is funny. This just doesn't feel real. And like, I'm not saying laugh in every dangerous situation. Like, it could have been a potential dangerous situation, and of course, I had my head on a swivel. I was still watching him. I glared at him. But I still made light of the situation in a way that worked for me, pretty much. And like, to me, it's just like all low vibration stuff to just like you're like bringing in the toxic chemicals. You're like breathing it in on purpose, almost, is like kind of how I'm thinking about it right now. Is like when someone is kind of being rude to you or something like that, like you can interpret it in a different way of like, damn, maybe they're just having a bad day, or that has absolutely nothing to do with me, or like just be like, whatever, and just think about like your dreams and goals and everything that you're working towards. So it's like I already said, it's literally not that big of a deal. At the end of the day, we live on a floating rock, and I'm only here for a long time, but it goes by fast. And so I say short time, and it's important to me to spend my time wisely. And spending my time wisely means spending it like in high vibration, which means just like good feeling vibes, And everything just works out way better. Everything is always guaranteed to work out when you're like, just chilling through life and like feeling peace and feeling relaxed and stuff. And that's just, I don't know, babes. Like, that's just what like having a type B personality reminds me of. People that are just straight chilling, straight a vibe, Like, have you ever had a friend where you you're both kind of in like the same situation, but they're taking it or they're interpreting it in a way different way than you are. Like, they're so chill about it. They're like, it's fine. Like, Kira, it'll be fine. It'll work out. Like, I'm not worried about it. And I'm over here like, oh my God, like, what do I do? What are we going to do? How am I going to like fix this? How am I going to do this and that and this? And they're just straight chilling. And then the next day they're like, oh yeah, like this and this happened and it worked out for me. And I'm like, wait, I'm still over here stressing. There's literally no benefit. there's absolutely no benefit to like to a negative emotion, in my opinion. Okay, that's my opinion. There's just no benefit to crying about something, or like there's no benefit of being really, really anxious about something. Something that I've like honestly reflected on a lot is how has the situation improved when I'm really when the like I'm just anxious about it all the time. Like, how, for example, this is just a random example. Say that I'm like anxious about a money situation. And I'm like, okay, does being really, really anxious right now, is that gonna benefit me in any way, or is it just like creating a situation that's or is it creating a negative situation that's unneeded, which is like being anxious? It's not fun to be anxious and have a little stomach ache all day. No. So I'm creating this whole like situation that's not fun over something that I like doesn't need to be have an anxious thing about. Like, I don't need to be anxious about it. And like, so I think about that a lot, and how even like when people are just chilling through life or like chilling through a situation, it does always work out somehow. And yeah, I've honestly just been thinking about that a lot lately. And it honestly helps me because I just want to be more unserious. Just be more unserious, more adventurous. Post what you want to post. Do what you want to do. Set boundaries. Say, I don't really want to that one friend. Or say, I don't really want to talk about that right now to that family member that keeps pressuring you to talk about something that you don't want to talk about. Or, I don't know. Just be so freaking chill that you're like you feel like you're vibing on a beach every day. Like, take the mentality that you would be having laying on a beach on vacation, just straight chilling. Take that mentality, take those literal emotions that you would be feeling in that time, and bring it to your present moment, babes. Because your brain, your subconscious brain, doesn't know the difference if you're sitting on a beach or if you're like, I don't know, in a busy rush at work. And you're like, you can choose the emotions of being on the beach. It just takes training, but you can do it. You just have to train your mind to do that. And like, you can do it. And so I'm honestly going off on another tangent, but who cares? I'm just letting myself talk. This is fun for me. Actually, are you surprised? Like, having a podcast is fun for me. So I'm just having a fun old time. But anyways, make what you want to make, post what you want to post. Literally nothing's that serious. We're here for a short time, and I feel like saying it is a lot easier than actually, because it really does take a lot of training to train your mind to like stay calm in every situation. Like, I've been training my mind to do that for quite some time. Slowly but surely, I am absolutely getting there. Anyways, I feel like that's all I have to say today, if I'm being honest. Just be more silly, have more fun, take things lightheartedly and just chill, bro. Chill through the day because nothing is that serious. And yeah. Okay. I'll see you very soon. Probably tomorrow because this is fun for me. Okay. Bye.